Barbara, you've been hitting the sauce again! What is this? Cottage cheese!
It's from your counterpart in America. He said they're a staple in
Clearly!
the southern...
If white trash had a quasi-edible analog, it'd be this.
Your counterpart said you should expand your horizons. After all, your program is seen worldwide.
So is the New Jersey seaside reality show, but it's still about as classy as a wet fart at the Louvre. My ass crack is more sophisticated than this baby batter.
So should I tell your counterpart you'll be skipping this one?
Ugh. No! Oliver Gerald keeps to his agreements, so I shall do what must be done. Welcome to Fine Cuisine and Etiquette with your host, Oliver Gerald the Eater, your guide to the finer things in life. And Barbara might be as daft as a pinto merchant, but as the sergeant says to the lieutenant, I have my marching orders. And today, that's grits. In the year of our Lord, 1584, when the Americans were still a pimple on the arse of our dear Queen Elizabeth, the natives of the New World introduced the colonists to a simple dish of stone-ground corn, boiled and mixed with butter and milk. Somehow that became this, and I'm meant to consume this chunky man pudding. That is without paying Therese the Knob Gobbler on 5th Street. Grits are exceedingly popular in the southern colonies, especially in the so-called Grits Belt, which stretches from lower Texas to America's capital of Addlepate and Fopdoodles, Washington, D.C. And those south of the Mason-Dixon line take great pride in their grits preparation, often adding eggs and bacon, fried catfish, shrimp, salmon croquettes, or country ham. South Carolina water must contain sulfuric acid, which burns away their taste buds, because grits is their official state food, and apparently it's a symbol of its diet, its customs, its humor, and its hospitality. A man full of grits is a man of peace. So I hold everyone from South Carolina personally responsible for this appalling spunk. You'll be hearing from my attorney. What is that god-awful racket?
Jimmy Midnight here with another special report. And you, sir, how dare you slander a true American original, you fancy-looking Euro trash. I've half a mind to chew you out until our next throwdown with the crowds.
I'm gonna need that translated. Barbara, give me the abridged edition of low brain cell counts. I've got a Class A emergency. And why are you in black and white? Are you so devoid of substance that even colors decided to off?
Never mind you that. I'm here to get this review back on track. A man who looks like the living embodiment of constipation shouldn't flap his gums about an American institution like grits without some backup.
And you're those proverbial reinforcements? I think I'd rather sing Yankee Doodle at the base of the Lincoln Memorial while waving an American flag and being elected to America's Congress.
You watch yourself. I don't take kindly to skunked out fops defaming the red, white, and blue.
Why don't you both review it?
Your lady friend talks funny, but I'm willing to share the stage with someone of your social stature.
Ugh. Very well. If I must consume something as repulsive as grits, I may as well share the agony with someone else. Oh, for the love of money! It tastes like a mewling rat emptied the contents of his stomach into my bowl. This is more repulsive than the time I tasted my first wife's altar of Venus.
Well, it's definitely not fish and chips, but Grits have a certain charm to them, reminiscent of simpler times like the Andy Griffith Show or the Manhattan Project.
I still have no idea if the nonsense spewing from your Yankee pie hole is English, but I'd rather have my gooseberries scrubbed vigorously with a cheese grater than have any more of this dreadful porridge.
You've just gotta add some protein or butter to it, preferably both. And then it's a scrumptious little side dish or even a main course.
Nonsense! A refined gentleman of my stature needn't lower himself to eat something I wouldn't feed to my prize-winning Pomeranian. Possibly to my manservant.
Well, I wouldn't expect someone who looks like a combination of General Cornwallis and Fatty Arbuckle to properly appreciate grits, which I'll rate 4 pieces of silverware out of 5.
And I'll rate them 1 silver spoon out of 5. And Barbara, take down a note. Don't go to South Carolina. Or give out my number to dopey fools in grayscale who look like a combination of Cecil Brown and Ernie Pyle.
Fine with me. 1 colonoscopy a year is enough.
Be sure to show your appreciation for my efforts with a like. And I shall return to educate the great unwashed masses and all those of good letters and breeding on the finer things in life and delightful cuisine.